everyone, Comic Reviewer here. This time reviewing on Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome. Now, as you know, Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome is a 1985 post-apocalyptic dystopian action film that once again starred Mel Gibson for the third and final time as Mad Max. And keep in mind that, we wouldn't get another Mad Max film until 2015 with the fourth installment, Mad Max Fury Road. So I would say Beyond Thunderdome is that iconic film that starred Tina Turner, as well as her iconic song, We Don't Need Another Hero. So the premise of the film is meant to follow 18 years after the events of the second film. We see now Max is now with longer hair, a bit more withdrawn, and we see him crossing a desert in a vehicle pulled by camels until he gets hijacked by air bandits. So of course, we see him eventually finding the town, Buttertown, which is pretty much run by Aunt Amity. I think the point of Auntie Amity is meant to be what Max might have become if he had lost his morals and tried to forcibly control things. The point of her character was that it was kind of clear she started off with a lot like Max, but sadly lost her way. We see how she wants to try and take full control away from Master, as well as his henchman Blaster. And of course, this is where she offers Max to resupply him. And this is where we kind of see how Max kind of realizes the truth about Blaster, and him realizing to his shock and horror what he has become. So of course, we see how Auntie Amity basically banishes Max into the desert, tied up on a horse, and where we kind of see how Max eventually finds the sort of children in the middle of a desert known as the Tribe Who Left. So of course, the point of the tribe are meant to believe that Max is Captain Walker, and we see how Max tries to make sure some of the children stay where they are, but we see how a group of the children, read by a young girl, journeys out to kind of find the sort of city that they've been told about. And this is where we see how Max journeys out to not only be the hero again, but also regaining his humanity. And I think for the most part, I would say the film does feel like a proper final, because one, the point of the film was meant to have Max finally realize and even see to his shock and horror the monster he now become. Because don't forget, the point of the first Mad Max film was to show Max didn't want to become anything like the bandits and everything else, until the ending where he would eventually lose his humanity. The point of the second one was meant to show it's still a little at its core, but not massively. But the point of the third film was meant to show Max now older and becoming the revy thing he now hated. And the point of him having his hair completely cut, as well as him sort of now having the sort of remains of his uniform no longer hidden, was him meant to finally become his old self again and become the hero the people needed. And I think it's like what Fifi said, that people don't believe in heroes, but it was eventually Max who would become the hero again that the world needed. And I think for the most part, I would say, Tina Turner as Auntie Entity does work, because it's clear she was a lot like Max, but wants to believe that she can control things and sort of see things as if she can know what's better for the people. And I think when you've got the PS4 game, Fist of the North Star, Lost Paradise, you can kind of tell when you kind of got the City of Miracles, it's obviously meant to be a reference to Bartertown from Mad Max. And I think for the most part, I would say, when you do kind of have the ending with the sort of tribe leader known as Savannah, and her telling the story, it kind of gives you at the end that humanity will slowly recover, and the point of the ending of Max going into the unknown was him having more adventures and helping others that we would never get to see. I think, yeah, I can see where George Miller wanted to do Fury Road to tell another story, but I think here it feels like a proper ending. It gives you the sense that Max now regained his humanity, him now accepting what was in the past, and him finally being the hero the world needed. And yeah, I know in one of the lead scenes was meant to have Max having a nightmare about what happened to his family, and him realising he turned himself for the worst, which I think they should have kept. I think, well, yeah, Beyond Thunderdome is a okay-ish film, but it still ends the series on a good and strong note, that Max was now fully recovered, him sort of being the, the hero the world needed. So I think, yeah, this film definitely deserves a thumbs up. It's better than the second one and fixes a lot of things. So, Comic Reviewer here, signing out.